If God is everywhere, doesn't that mean we're always in His presence? And if we're always in His presence, how come we don't always feel that or get anything out of it? That's what I want to talk to you today on our Friday devotional right here on Life Full and Free. Thanks for joining me again. I'm Calissa, and let's get into it. I've been wrestling with this idea, and how is it that God can be omnipresent and yet I may not necessarily sense it, feel it, or get anything out of it? Well, I wanted to use a story in the New Testament to kind of illustrate how we can go from just being around God's presence to actually tapping into it, connecting with God, and being transformed as a result. Drawing closer to God, basically. Okay, so this woman with the issue of blood, she gives us a perfect model to follow for how we can get into the presence of God. She was struggling with this bleeding issue for about 12 years and tried everywhere and everything to get better and only got worse. So she heard these stories about Jesus and His power and His ability to heal. And she did something interesting when she heard them. She actually believed them. And that belief, that faith led her to act and to try to do something about her situation just one more time. She really felt in her heart that if she could just touch Jesus's clothes, she would get healing. And that's exactly what happened. She pressed through this huge crowd of people that were following Jesus one day, and she just touched the itty bitty tip edge of His coat, and she was instantly and immediately healed. So how is it that this woman in a crowd full of people is able to experience this transformative healing moment when all these other people are around Jesus pressing and touching Him and nothing's happening to them? Why aren't they being healed? And in fact, when the woman touches Jesus, Jesus actually stops dead in His tracks and asked, "Who touched me?" If you want to stop Jesus dead in His tracks, do what this woman did. First thing is that she had faith. If you want to get Jesus's attention, faith is the way to do that. She heard the stories and she believed. The second thing she did is that she got out of her comfort zone and she pushed past all of the things that were in her way, all of the obstacles. She put forth some effort on her part to try to get to Jesus. The crowd that was in her way can represent obstacles that are in your way today, keeping you from Jesus. That could mean bad habits or sinful thoughts or unhealthy relationships, you name it. You know what's standing in your way between you and Jesus. You've got to put forth some effort to get past those things and through to God. And finally, she actually touched Him. Now, we can't touch Jesus today, so what does that look like for us? It's prayer. That's how we can touch Jesus in the way that she touched Him, is by actually bringing our requests to Him in faith through prayer and pressing in prayer and being consistent about prayer. We can talk a little bit more about how to pray in future devotions, but I really want to encourage you to follow this woman's example so that you're not like everyone else in the crowd who's around God and gets nothing out of it. All those people that day were around Jesus, but yet power left Him when one person touched Him and touched Him in faith, believing. And that's what I want to encourage you to do today, is to believe, trust, and seek Jesus in prayer. I hope you are encouraged and blessed. Please leave your comments, your questions, your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more weekly inspiration, as well as just a look into my life and the lives of other young Christians who are following Jesus and enjoying it. Because when you follow Jesus, your life is going to be full and free. See you next time.